man walked into a glass pod under the ground. 19 minutes later, he came out high in the sky. This is not science fiction. Right now, over a dozen flying cars are being tested in real life. Some people already use them. Picture this: rooftops becoming landing spots, highways being replaced with vacuum tubes that move you in silence, and floating cities being planned above today's cities. In the next few minutes, you'll learn about the biggest change in how humans move since the invention of the wheel. Because the way you travel, live, and work is about to change completely. And it's all happening faster than you think. So how did two new machines, one that can fly like a drone and another that can move faster than planes without touching the ground, become real? And why are most people only finding out now? In 2013, Elon Musk shared a wild idea. A pod that could travel inside a sealed tube, pushed by magnetic force and floating on air. No wheels, no roads, just smooth, silent speed. He called it the Hyperloop. This wasn't a slow train. This was something else. Inside these tubes, there's almost no air. That means almost no drag. So the pods can move crazy fast, over 700 miles per hour, like flying, but underground. In Nevada, a test pod already hit 280 mph. That's faster than most planes during takeoff, and they're just getting started. People stuck in traffic see hope in this. No more lost hours. A 6-hour drive could turn into a 30-minute trip. Work in one city, live in another. The world gets smaller. Time stretches. But speed brings big questions. Is it safe? What if there's a power failure? What if someone hacks the system? And it's not cheap. Building tunnels, creating magnets, keeping passengers safe, it all costs billions. And not everyone is ready to trust a sealed pod zooming through a vacuum. Many still doubt it. Others are building it. Behind the scenes, engineers push forward. The dream is too big to stop now. A world where people move like packets of light, fast, clean, and quiet. The real breakthrough might not come from below the surface at all, because while we built tunnels in the ground, some visionaries were building runways in the sky. In cities around the world, electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, or eVTOLs, are no longer just ideas. Over 200 startups are building them today. These are real flying machines that don't need runways. They rise straight up, hover, and land softly. Imagine this: first responders flying over traffic jams to reach emergencies in minutes, or a remote worker taking off from their backyard and landing on a rooftop office. In crowded cities, where each minute counts, flying isn't luxury, it's survival. Take the Jetson 1. It's a small, single-seat flying car already owned by private users. It rises vertically like a drone and cruises like a light aircraft. No runway needed, just open sky. Think about your morning. Instead of a long crawl on highways, you take off from your house and reach work in about 4 minutes, door to rooftop. It sounds like sci-fi, but it's happening now. Our rules weren't built for this. Air traffic control for flying cars doesn't exist yet. Will every building need a pad? Who watches the drones? Will the sky turn into traffic jams in the air? Cities might need new air highways, landing zones, and noise limits. Without that, the dream could turn into chaos. Still, corporations are investing billions. Skyports are being built. Regulators are racing to catch up. And the real wonder? These two revolutions, underground hyperloops and skies full of flying cars, could end up connected. What if you take an AirPod to the city, land on a rooftop, and then dive underground to zip across states? The line between sky and ground is disappearing. So the next question is, are we ready for a world where the road ends and the sky begins? Some say it's a rumor. Others have seen the designs. But behind closed doors, a secret system was tested, where a Hyperloop pod exits and a flying car launches moments later. If this is true, it changes everything. No more traffic, no more airport ports, no more borders. You could move across cities or countries without ever touching a road or waiting in line. Just step into a pod, travel silently at hundreds of miles per hour, rise into the sky, and land right where you need to be. This is not fantasy. Engineers have confirmed that real tests of vertical mobility hubs, where underground tubes meet rooftop air pads, have already happened. These hubs blend subsurface speed with sky access, turning cities into open, vertical networks. Imagine, you leave your home in the suburbs, drop into a vacuum tube, exit beneath a downtown tower, and fly straight to a rooftop cafe. But here's the strange part: no media coverage, no tech expos, no public demos. Some say the testing had military-level clearance. Others believe it's about control governments and corporations wanting a head start before the rest of the world even knows it exists. So the question grows louder. Why the silence? Who decides who gets to move freely and who doesn't? Because if this system becomes real and open, it could erase the limits of cities, states, even nations. And if everyone can move this fast and this free, what happens to the world as we know it? The future of travel is fast, quiet, and clean, but it might not be fair. Hyperloop rides could cost thousands. Flying cars will be even more. These are not built for everyone, at least not yet. Only a few rich cities are planning for sky roads or underground tubes. Most of the world is still stuck in traffic. Imagine this. Your neighbor lives 50 floors above. He gets into his flying car and zooms away in seconds. No traffic, no noise. But you're still waiting at the bus stop. This isn't just about speed, it's about who gets to skip the line. And the truth is, the people building this future, they're not waiting for laws or public votes. They're creating it in secret, testing it, using it for themselves. So what happens when the next revolution in movement leaves half the planet behind? Will it make us more connected or cut us into two worlds? Because here's what no one's talking about. One test done in 2024 proved that full connection between air and tunnel was possible. And then the files vanished. Gone from public records. No updates, no photos. Almost like someone didn't want us to know it worked. So, what else is already flying above our heads? In early 2024, a private test quietly took place. A Hyperloop pod launched underground, then connected to a flying car. No runway, no terminal, no waiting. For 3 lucky passengers, the future became real. A smooth ride through a vacuum tube, then lift off straight into the sky. But then, silence. Sources say the test was filmed, fully documented, and then locked away. Why? Investor tension, military pressure, or both. Imagine stepping into a glass pod downtown and arriving across the country by air in minutes. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi movie. It happened, but the world never saw it. Why hide it? Who benefits from keeping us grounded? And here's the twist. That tech, the pod-to-air jump system, is now being licensed behind closed doors. Not to cities, not to civilians, but to defense contractors. So the question is, who's building the skies and who gets to fly? The future of travel isn't coming. It's already here, just not for you. The biggest leap in movement wasn't hidden because it failed. It was hidden because it worked. And it worked too well. Speed means nothing if only a few can use it. The real question is access. Right now, while you're sitting in traffic, someone else already left the ground. They walked into a glass capsule and rose into the sky. No runway, no ticket, no noise. And no one knows where they landed. So, will you ride the next wave or get left behind? The way we move changes how we live, and life is about to get faster. These aren't ideas, they're real machines ready to launch. Subscribe now for tech stories the mainstream hasn't seen. If you could choose your future, would you fly above the city or shoot through the earth? What's your ride?